Welcome back to another episode of Did You Know? Talking about COVID and cages. Louis Conway Jr. Subscribe and share if you haven't done so already. First like. For some reason, the CDC guidelines aren't the guidelines that we're using to determine how we deal with COVID in prison. The CDC guidelines, scientists, doctors have determined that there are certain ways for us to reduce the ways that we transmit COVID. Those guidelines are even more important and in some ways intensified when we think about the confines of prison. When I was in prison, the cell I was in, it had a desk, it had a toilet, but also had another human. And that cell was 6 by 9, right? And so I could touch both sides of my cell if I stretched out my arms. And you got two people sharing a bunk bed. It's impossible to social distance within a cell. And then you move that paradigm to the dorm where you got open cubicles. I know the dorm I was on, it held 110 people, shared the same showers, we shared the same toilets. The CDC guidelines kind of being the guardrails when we think about prison and COVID and jails. And, I'm encouraging us as advocates, I'm encouraging us as organizers, I'm encouraging us, to use that language, the language of scientists, when we talk about the impact of COVID in prisons. All right, so did you know we should be relying on the CDC guidelines to determine how we impact COVID in prisons?